Hello Frenzy, my name is Kateshark and welcome back to the Excavation of Hob's Barrow. So, we just finished about, the last episode was pretty much the demo that was out, so now we are going to continue on and see...
I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
Alright then, what's
The
this?
candle has melted. It's not much use anymore. Perhaps Mr. Kemp will replace it this evening.
Well, I should hope so. Okay.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Hi.
Good day, Stanley.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Yes, thank you, Stanley.
Splendid. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Miss Bateman?
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were.
Alrighty then. Go on.
I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment.
Uh-huh.
Well, I have not been honest with you, lass. I do know of Hob's Barrow.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
Why lie to me about Hob's Barrow?
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling.
Really?
I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
Where is Hob's Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass. Oh, if you see Herbert around here, be sure not to feed him.
Herbert?
A local stray cat. He comes in now and then searching for scraps. I'm sick of cleaning his vomit off the floor.
Quite. I'll be sure not to feed him.
Thank you.
Herbert.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition. Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it. I have a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, is that the map? Because I hit N. Let's see.
Hello. My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
What do you do around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves. Ha!
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Quite. Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
I suspect the barrels are empty. Otherwise, the locals would be rolling them into their cellars. Sturdy-looking barrels, no doubt used to store ale.
Okay, so...
Good day.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Betty!
Nice to meet you, Betty. What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless!
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
I don't think anyone is home.
I guess we could go over to the church.
No one here.
Oh,
I don't think anyone is home.
doesn't seem like anyone's much home is there? Oh, there's someone.
Good day.
Yes?
My name is Thomasina.
George Crozier.
Crow's
Can I
here.
help you?
Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred. That's where my father's forge before mine.
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know a man by the name of Leonard Shoulder?
Oh, aye. Old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors. Can't tell you out more than that.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know of a local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewley pays them any mind.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith. Where are you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about London.
What have you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
When do market days run in Bewley?
Once or twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be naught to interest a young lady.
I don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Hello?
Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings. The sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Alas, I'm not carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry. I can't give them away for free.
Of course
The
not.
money goes to the church,
Oh,
you
well then fuck
see,
it.
and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand. My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, pet.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. de Plancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me? I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life.
The whole life?
I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest building?
I mean, it's a
been
church.
standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century.
Oh, what do we have to be in right now? The
Door
19th?
is open if you'd like to worship.
Thank you, Mrs. de Plancy. Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
Where can I find Father Roach?
In the church.
This time of day, he'll be
Oh.
taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
Whistling.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Oh, Lord. Oh, I heard whistling. There he is. Sir? Oh, lovely.
Very sorry.
The sight of a woman.
A shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Bloodletting.
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
I don't have a knife.
Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp. The vicar's spectacles lie broken on the forest floor. Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you.
All right,
It's
then.
the only cure for this torturous malady.
Melody. I don't have a knife. Okay, can I not?
Ouch! The broken
Can I use the glove?
Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling the...
Okay. I have a handkerchief.
This handkerchief was a gift from my mum.
Oh, okay, good.
This should work.
Alright then, here's a piece of...
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
It's crazy what people thought. Oh, God. What people thought would help them.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, Vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you. Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmund's. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all.
So you
I
cut
like
yourself?
to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
St. Edmund's is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so. It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of His Spirit.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father. Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Capital. Thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit. I'll be resting here for the time being.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Let's go. I'm
Excellent.
not wasting
I
all
feel
our
the
time.
fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
There we go.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
Good
You are
gingerbread.
doing God's work, Mrs. Delancey.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
Oh, a crow again.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth.
I mean, I'm good.
Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
I'm not here to hear your poetry.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
Oh. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna say Richard.
Richard II.
Correct.
That was a
You
lucky
are
guess.
well read, Miss Bateman.
Not very.
Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes. Follow me.
That really needed Shakespeare. I can't believe I got that right. Although I have read Hamlet and Macbeth, and I don't remember either one of that in there. That's why.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see.
Excuse me.
Beautiful, is it not?
Find them rather desolate. Beauties in the behind the beholder. I mean,
Indeed, the moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains.
I don't
The
need
Lord's
it.
work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
That's a complicated question. Oh.
Yes.
I sensed a hesitation there.
No, I believe in...
Come now, I will not bring the fire and brimstone upon you for speaking your truth.
Well, I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Okay, just want to make sure it's still working.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain.
Oh, okay.
Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
Daddy, wake up!
Daddy,
Daddy, wake up!
what's happened?
Mummy?
Mommy, Daddy.
Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman.
Nurse.
Hello, little one.
Hiya.
You must be Thomasina.
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. but we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst Manor. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Hello?
Run away!
She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewley.
Really?
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this.
I don't need to stop and look at everything every 5 bloody minutes.
Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
Lucy, you look like Herbert.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. de Plancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
He's not. The whole time he's been...
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
Mr. Shoulder, are you home?
He's dead in there, I'll bet.
It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle.
It's locked.
No sign of life?
None.
Our chickens are
The
out.
window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned. He looks much too unruly to be picked up.
Don't pick up the rooster.
Here, chuk chuk chuk.
Chuk chuk.
Don't encourage them.
They're chickens. What's funny is...
The trousers feel damp. Freshly hung or still wet from last night's rain. I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside. A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon. It's bolted onto the door itself. I can't remove it. Father, what do you make of this?
A peculiar adornment. I've not seen any like this in Bewley. Though it does remind me of a passage by the bard himself.
Oh god. You on about Shakespeare
It is
again.
the very error of the moon. She comes nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
I know that. Oh... Is it... It's not Romeo and Juliet. It's Othello, that's right. It is the cause. That bit.
Othello?
Precisely, Miss
I thought it
Bateman.
was...
Your knowledge of the bard is presently flawless.
I consider myself to be well read, Father Roach.
It's delightful to meet a fellow bookworm, I must say.
Who is there? Othello? Yes, it is I, Desdemona.
I've come a long way to meet you, Mr. Shoulder. Please open the door.
Have you prayed tonight, Desdemona? I would not kill thy unprepared spirit.
No sign of any...
Talk you of killing?
What else do you know about Mr. Shoulder?
A reclusive man. I must say I know very little about him.
Does he attend services at St. Edmund's?
Not regularly, if at all these days.
Perhaps he feels closer to God out here on the moors. What do you make of Mr. Shoulder's residence?
It's adorable, I
A
love it.
sturdy construction, I'm in no doubt. The winds blow a gale out here, not to mention the pelting rain.
At least he must have plenty of eggs to eat.
Awful creatures, those hens.
What's wrong with the hens? What's your
Why
problem?
don't you like hens, Father?
I know I must love all of God's creatures, but they make such an unholy ruckus, and their talons claw at my boots.
But they mean no harm. And they provide eggs.
I cannot abide hens' eggs. They smell of sulfur when rotten.
Is there a Mrs. Shoulder?
No, I believe Mr. Shoulder has led a life of celibacy.
Sure he has.
Do you know that young girl we saw?
No, but I've seen her sneaking around the churchyard. The poor thing is feral.
Feral!
Takes off at the slightest stirring. We will bring the Lord to her. Good time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Perhaps she has her own beliefs. You said there were others like her.
Primitive folk, yes. Avoid the moors in hours of darkness and don't wander too far. I wouldn't entrust a young woman in their company.
Do you know anything else about the Devil's Toe?
Not really. I do recall it toppling over when I was a child. A few lads from Bewley rebuilt it to the best of their memories.
The devil mustn't have been happy.
Come now, my child. Do not joke about such matters.
What more can you tell me of these primitive folk?
Godless people, Miss Bateman.
You don't know that.
Don't concern yourself with them. They live out there on the very edges of this land. If you don't wander too far, you shouldn't cross their path.
You mentioned that Mrs. Duplancy is worried about something at the moment.
It is not my place to say. Mrs. Duplancy will tell you in good time, if she deems it fit to do so.
What is your favourite of
I
Shakespeare's
don't
works?
care.
A very difficult question, Miss Bateman. But one I can answer, nonetheless. I am awfully fond of Cymbeline.
An unusual choice.
I don't know that one.
All gold and silver rather turn to dirt. Wouldn't you agree?
A fine quote. Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
No sign of any movement.
I don't know what to bloody... That's a room key. Let's see, which I need to find. Is he home? Well, we've tried, haven't we?
A carved... I think... It's bolted onto... Mr. Shoulder can...
Is there like a way around back? Wait.
That glove looks familiar. I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow.
I didn't realize that earlier. So he was
The gloves
there.
are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
No, you go ahead, Father, thank you.
As you wish. Farewell, Miss Bateman. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
That's Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet?
Correct. That I shall say
Good night, till it be morrow. I know that
Prove
one.
yourself to be an impeccable scholar of the bard, my child. Lord be with you.
I keep wanting to say and also with you.
Well, Mr. Shoulder, you've brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to be found.
I can pick him
You're
up.
a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Can pick you up. There,
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Thank you for hugs.
He looks much too unruly to be picked up.
Well, all right then. There's-
Slightly damp.
I don't know what to do otherwise.
Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
Alright then, so I'm not gonna stick around here, because fuck that shit.
As I trudged back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution.
And that
I would
is-
find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder. The train! That must be Kenneth. I should go and meet him at the station. Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is.
I was gonna say, who's
or was.
Margaret? Let's see, let's go to the railway station. Alright.
Where is Kenneth? He was supposed to wait for me at the station.
Hello. Wait, no, I want to talk to, what's his face here? Arthur.
Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman.
Alright.
I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
I found Mr. Shoulder's house, but he wasn't home.
Don't worry. You'll find him.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
I lied.
Oh, aye. No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillett. I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me.
The
I
drink.
probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Look, what would I gain from lying to you? I just wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
I ducked out, so I
I
did.
don't remember out.
So you work here?
Aye. Bewley Station Master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now.
You can only drink so
Swear,
much
the
until
occasional
your money runs
withering
out.
look from Cyril and the rest of them.
I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye.
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses. Where is my crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Post.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you. Where can I
You'll see.
Oh, I
you.
just did that.
What does a station master do?
A bit of this and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such things.
As you wish.
My responsibilities here keep me on the straight and narrow, I'll tell you that much. A sense of duty can do wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome post to occupy.
Yeah.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might think, lass.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra.
Oh, kitty. Feral!
Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
I found Mr. Shoulder's house today, but he wasn't home.
Why the bleeding hell should I care, lass?
Alright then.
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one
He
got
really
off the
hates
last
it.
train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewley. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No. I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
Alright then, calm down
You
then.
really are quite helpful, aren't you?
Bah.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, lass.
Ta-ra. Let's see. We need just north of... Is it here? That scratches on the door.
That must be the postmaster's store.
I don't see a Royal Mail.
Hello.
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful. What a treat.
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Goodbye.
Don't be...
Yep.
There's my crate. Kenneth always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence.
I'm a lazy cunt.
I'm going to have to get in there. Royal Mail.
Oh.
Postmaster's residence. This must be the local post office.
No shit.
Hello.
Good day.
Why do I hear a fly?
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
Originally a small town on the outskirts of Derby, Mr. Long. Though I currently reside in London.
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 I've never met anyone from London.
Have you not met
How
anyone
very
from London?
exciting.
It's the
Have you
capital.
lived there a long time?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe.
Oh, this is the
that
Industrial
true?
Revolution.
Some days.
Oh, you must miss the fresh northern air. Well, you've got that in Bewley. No factories out here. Such things are a blight on his creation. I were born in this very home I stand in front of, Bewley, is in my blood. Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
My granddad and mom were both born in the same house in England. It's crazy how that works.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewley. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You flatter me, Mr. Long. Your opinion of the railway station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long. I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewley. Mark my words. There's much to protect here, but we need new blood. I hope that some of you visitors will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to.
I mean, fair.
Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the miserable old sod,
Farnaby
is the worst offender.
Oh, well.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Cyril. He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewley. He just doesn't understand.
I met him last night in the Plough and Furrow.
Aye, the scene of our many debates. Blimey, I could go for an ale right now, actually.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
No. Wait. Do you think Mr. Kemp will let me open a tab?
Perhaps. You could always ask him. I shouldn't leave anyway. Mr. Price is relying on me to keep watch of his storeroom.
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Curses. When will Mr. Price be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
I'm looking for Hob's Barrow.
One of those old burial hills.
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moor since I were a child.
Why is that?
I've got all I need right here in Bewley.
Bewley?
And we're all truly blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely new faces.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
I'm trying to get into my pants.
The postmaster isn't home.
But my crate is in there.
You'll have to wait for Mr. Price to get back.
Well, that's not helpful to me. That door has scratches on it.
I don't think anyone is home. Quite a fine building indeed. A small plaque beside the door reads Vicarage. I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here, and I do trust you. So yes, I'll open an account for you, to be settled at the end of your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass. One can never be too cautious.
I mean, you can't open a tab without a card, so...
I found Mr. Shoulder's home, thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful. So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
Not quite. He wasn't home.
What is that man playing at?
You tell me. I've decided to find Hobbs Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
Are you sure that's a wise idea, lass?
No.
What other choice do I have? I have a feeling he is avoiding me. Do you know where I can find the Barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
My assistant has not arrived as planned.
Oh, is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I to keep a room for him, just in case?
If you could hold it for one more night, Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
How can I open a tap?
Leave me. I'll give it when it will.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Can I leave the white
I
glove?
probably shouldn't part with this.
Okay.
A fine white glove, gents style. I found it in the alleyway behind the plough and furrow.
Okay, there's nothing. Where's my to-do? Let's see. Explore Beulah. Find a way into the... a tab. Okay, so is there something in here I could use?
I've stored my case in a box. I've too much to do.
Okay, so I guess we can explore Beulah a bit more. And there we go. Boy.
Hello there. My name's Thomasina.
Yeah?
What's yours?
Wally?
Wally?
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
No?
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
No?
Goodbye.
Oh, Wally, you're not very helpful to me, are you, son?
Nobody home.
That seems awfully convenient for half of you.
The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
Oh, I didn't even see all that. Okay.
These flowers look pretty. Someone must take good care of them. There's nothing else I wish to discuss.
Okay. It is nice.
The door has been boarded.
Can I talk to that?
Hello,
Yes?
my name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
Douglas.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas. That's a great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Crozier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
What is the lantern worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all. John Lantern thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The lantern worm isn't real, Douglas. Father just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck. Like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children often do at his age.
I'll keep training. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
Well,
Mr. Crozier shouldn't be promising such things. Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
That's a funny name.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas?
Do you like living in Beulah?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train. I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Have you been on the train yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father says we have all we need here in Bewley.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
No, I need to stay and protect Bewley from the lantern worm.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
Perhaps this belongs to a merchant. Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans. Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it. Maybe I can reunite it with its owner. Locked. Locked as well. I think they all might be.
Who locks a pew?
I've no time for such things. This must be where the local vicar sacrifices the newborns. Those have seen better days. The flowers have long since dried out. I don't want them.
I don't blame you.
It's locked.
Well, how convenient.
I think this might be genuine sterling silver. Good day, little one. What's your name?
Wally took Myrtle.
Pardon?
He took her and ran off. I hate him.
Is Myrtle one of your dolls?
Yes, my favourite. Mummy made her for me. She's so beautiful. Wally is the worst brother in the whole world.
I'm sorry to hear that. What is your name, little one?
Jane.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Jane. My name is Thomasina. This is a lovely little beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
Your dolls look lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their bath day.
Why did your brother take Myrtle away?
He's just jealous because Daddy is letting me come with him to the market tomorrow. Wally thinks I'm Daddy's favourite, so he took Myrtle from me. What if he rips her to tatters? What if he feeds her to Mr. Bryden's goat?
Don't worry, Jane. I'm sure he wouldn't do such a thing. Where did your brother go?
I don't know. Home, maybe. But I have to wait here for Myrtle's friends to dry out.
Do you know an old man called Leonard Shoulder?
No, miss.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
I have, yes.
You have?
We aren't supposed to talk about it.
Why not?
Would you like to go there?
Yes, I would very much like to.
I'll tell you where it is if you find Myrtle for me.
You will?
Yes! But don't tell anyone about it or I'll be told off.
I promise.
Please find Myrtle first. I miss her.
I will. Where do you live?
Our home is on the other side of the village, miss. Maybe Wally went back there. Or maybe he's left her out on the moors. Poor Myrtle. I'm going to kick him
Wait,
so hard.
I did see Wally, didn't I?
Goodbye.
Bye, miss. Hey! Stay away from that! It's bad luck to touch the Ammon's horn.
Ammon's horn?
I'm serious.
I wasn't touching it.
Fine.
Okay. I know where Wally is, so we will go. Wally was over here, wasn't he?
Good day. Jane tells me you've taken Myrtle away.
And what if I did?
That's a bit mean, don't you think?
She kicked me! Look at this bruise on my leg!
That does look quite bad. Why did she kick you?
Because she's a little goblin. You don't know what she can be like. Besides, Myrtle is gone now. I've given her to the fair folk. That'll teach her.
Who are the fair folk?
The little people of the moors. I gave Myrtle to them.
Little people? You don't mean fairies, do you?
We call them fair folk round here.
Not
Wally,
fairies.
There is no such thing as fairies.
It's two, and I gave them a doll.
Where can I find these fair folk?
Follow the tinkle of their tiny bells. I hear them when the wind dies. They dance around their little house.
But where is this little house?
Just listen for the bells, you'll find it. Don't think about bringing that doll back. That'll just bring bad luck for all of us.
Goodbye. The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
I guess I'll go back out. Oh.
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course, thank you.
It is more blessed to give than to receive.
In memory of Mabel Hurst. This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave. Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was.
What's out here, then?
The moors stretch into the distance. I better not touch them. They could be poisonous. It looks like something has been buried in the middle.
What if? Acid trip.
Thomasina, please stop leaving your toys lying about the place. What happened the last time you left your dolly under the tree?
A fox ate it, madame.
Yes, it did.
Where's the fox eating a
Fetch it now,
doll?
won't you? Then I'll fix your supper.
Yes, madame. There you are, Josephine. I won't let the foxes eat you.
Who's that you have there, little bird?
Josephine. She introduced me to the fairies.
Oh, fairies, you say?
Yes, Daddy.
Do you believe in fairies?
Of course. Do you see those mushrooms over there?
Yes.
That's a gateway to their kingdom. That's where Josephine and I go to talk to the fairies.
Now, listen to me, Thomasina.
Yes?
You're old enough now to hear this. There's no such thing as fairies or talking dolls, my little bird.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, my dear child. I do not wish to upset you. I just want to make sure that you understand the difference between fantasy and reality. Josephine is just a doll, and fairies do not exist.
But, Daddy...
Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. Please always remember that. If you hear anything about fairies or the like again, know that it's hogwash. What is it?
Hogwash. Did Wally bury the doll, I wonder?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Ooh.
This must be Jane's ragdoll.
Living in a movie?
Perhaps these wriggling worms are the fair folk young Wally was so fearful of. How strange. There is a hairpin pierced through the arm. This may come in handy. I'll keep it. At least I shall not return from Bewley empty-handed.
Alrighty then. I gotta be getting close to... Oh wait, I went the wrong way, didn't I? Oh shit, I hid outside the door. Alright. Here you are, kiddo.
No, that won't achieve anything useful.
Can't give her bloody doll duck.
I present to you Myrtle.
Myrtle! I missed you so much.
Now, I believe we had a deal.
Hide and seek.
Come back!
You little shit.
It's in moments like these I thank myself for not having children. Hey!
Just don't bother and follow her. Oh, now where'd you go?
Jane?
I'm not going in that hole.
Jane, get out of there. Don't make me come in.
I'm not going in there.
Fine. Curses. The hole is too small for me to fit through.
Can I dig it out?
I was always happiest with a trowel in my hand. Uncovering hidden worlds within the earth itself, clod by clod. That should do it. Jane! Jane? Jane? Jane, come out this instant. I can't see a damned thing in here. I need a light source.
I have a match.
There is a single Curses. The useless thing blew out. Jane? Jane? Jane?
Oh, I didn't want that.
I have one just like this.
Do I? Oh, it's probably in my...
I've stored a box, a sturdy looking thing. The candle has melted.
I need a light source, which means I need a lantern, which I don't have.
Can I please have a new candle for my room?
I'll go upstairs and replace it this evening.
Can I have one now?
It's not dark yet, Miss Bateman.
Never mind. Goodbye.
See you.
How can I open it?
Leave. I'll give it.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Can I use this to open a tab?
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take a closer look at it? Aye, silver. That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Can I get you something to drink?
Not right now, Mr. Kemp.
As you were.
Actually,
I have nothing.
I need a bloody lantern.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you a...
Really?
Really? We can talk more at the inn.
But I told Mr.
Doors have locks.
Okay.
You're right. One drink won't take long. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
Okay. So we get him a drink, because I've got the tab open now.
The rocket weren't Stevenson's only design, you know. Before that, there were the Blucher and the Locomotion. But my favourite would have to be the Lancashire Witch. I believe he built that in 1828.
Lancashire.
In Newcastle, of course. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
I couldn't even get a word in.
He likes a good chinwag, our Henry.
Chinwag. I
certainly
haven't heard
does.
that in a while.
Hello.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Don't be a...
I don't know. Can I keep buying him some drinks?
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you...
I suppose one... I shall take you...
Let us make...
Do I have to get him drunk?
The rear wheels are powered the boiler. Choo! There were nothing like... Well,
Wait!
ta-ra, Miss...
Curses. I'm starting to feel somewhat tipsy. I'm here to excavate Hob's Barrow, not Hob's barrels. Henry Long can talk, can't he?
He's a colourful character. The man drinks like a fish.
He certainly does.
I've seen him drink this place dry and still be up to tend his garden at sunrise. The man can truly hold his ale.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Okay, let's see. Maybe I could borrow one from the old, since I don't have access to mine. I was hoping I could distract
Good day.
him.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, might I borrow your lantern?
Sorry, lass. I need it. My eyesight is not what it used to be. The extra light helps me see what I'm hammering.
I understand. Are you sure you don't know where Hob's Barrow is?
Sorry, lass.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to get...
A sharp hairpin. Could be useful. I don't think anyone... Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
What do you make of Henry Long?
An idiot who thinks that station's a good idea. Can you imagine? Strangers pouring into Bewley. Turns the stomach, that does.
Maybe he has a point. You could travel.
Bah! You're an outsider. I'd expect you to have such a bad opinion. But Henry, he's a Bewley lad. We've had the odd Barney or two in the pub over it all.
I can imagine. Can I buy you a drink, Cyril?
Now,
Yes.
go on then, lass.
Follow me.
So then he turns around and says, "Why is a dog like a tree?" And I says, "I don't know." And he says, "Because they both lose their bark once they're dead."
Very droll, Cyril. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I must be off.
Aye, lass. Ta for the drink. You're not too bad for an outsider.
I must say, last night is rather...
Okay. Well, there's that. I really need that fucking
The man is
I don't know what to do.
about last. You really don't remember where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss. Then... nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found. The back door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh, aye?
Yes. You must have exited through that door, Mr. Tillett.
But you just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
My mind has drawn a blank.
Why was the door blocked? Did you block it?
I told you I don't remember. I've nought to say 'cause I remember nought.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around me skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye, aye. I'll survive.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
It's why Leonard Shoulder invited me to Bewley. He thought I might like to excavate it.
Oh, aye. I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
What stories?
I can't remember.
Mr. Tillett, please, this is important.
I'm awfully sorry, Miss Bateman. I'll try to remember. If he invited you here, then I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you all about it.
That's if I ever get to meet him.
I'm sure you will.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra!
If I could get to my crate, I gotta get the guy drunk.
The door has been... Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you...
I suppose I shall take you.
Let us...
Okay, I'm gonna try to get this fucker drunk, because that's the only thing I can think of so I can get into there.
To think, if that station hadn't blessed be...
Idiot!
Oh,
That station is the worst decision
if I
this
can get them
village has
fighting,
ever
there we
made.
go.
Cyril Farnaby, a miserable man with miserable ideas. I will change your mind even if it kills me.
There we go, we figured it out. Took a minute. Okay. Let them argue it out. I will go over to the postman's office. There we go. See, we figured it out. We got it. Okay.
Locked.
Okay.
I need to get in...
I have a hairpin.
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory. A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open. I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I managed to unlock the door.
Okay. There we go.
Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
Ms. Bateman, I beg for your forgiveness. A matter of grave urgency has arisen in London, and I cannot join you in Bewley. I've packed your usual equipment and pray you will find local assistance in my absence. I look forward to seeing you upon your return. Yours faithfully, Kenneth Murdoch.
How very frustrating. I wonder what happened. I'd better get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back. Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task. Somehow, no one was there to witness it. But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother? I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me. Wait. Where is my money? It's not in here. Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything else is in here. Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Ah, my lantern. It feels light. There mustn't be any oil inside.
Oh, bloody hell, Kenneth, you're a
I'll leave the
useless
rest
sod.
in the crate. Stanley assured me things would be safe here. No money and no assistant. This is most inconvenient. Still, I've been in worse situations. I've got a tab at the inn for now. I'll worry about money later. I must find that barrow and get on with the excavation.
Okay, so we gotta find oil.
I don't wish to
Maybe the blacksmith has oil for the crate. Or for the lantern. Nope.
Good day.
Yes?
I was wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass. Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts. How much coin do you have?
None, I'm afraid.
If you're in a bind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
What can I...
Surprise.
Thanks for your time.
Aye.
Alas, it is not... A fantastic specimen.
What can I trade for that? 'Cause I want to give him the chisel because I'll need that when I... Wait a minute. Could I?
I don't...
Hold on. Let's see here.
Unfortunately, I don't think the cakes are free. Hello?
Good day.
Your
You're not.
Are you sure?
Hobbs?
Never mind. Thank you.
Lord.
Okay, I'm trying to think of... Oh, shit.
Remarkable. A gargantuan fossilized ammonite. This would look fantastic on my mantelpiece. They aren't mine to take. Damp rag... Splendid. I've managed to extract it in one piece. An exceptional ammonite fossil.
Can I use it? Work.
Would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside. There you are.
There we go.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Okay, so we got the wax. Aye. There we go.
My lantern is fueled and...
Okay, so let's pull up the map. We'll go over to... There we go. Then I can use that. Go see what's her face. Jane.
Right, let's put this lantern...
Not loving that noise. Oh, great.
Jane, come out at once.
I think Jane's left us. What the fu- Oh, it's a badger.
Goodness me.
It's a badger hole. Run away, run away, run away. Jane, you little shit.
Jane!
Silly, what are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hobbs Barrow?
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you.
I'm telling them all,
And
you little
thanks for
shit.
getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been a great help.
Okay. What's this way?
I shall see you later this evening, gents. Well, I say. Greetings, my dear.
Aww.
Hello, sir.
A pause on your beauty, for I shall see you again soon.
Wait. Some nerve.
Lady, you're
Lady.
blushing.
I most certainly am not.
Sorry, lass. No way through here today.
If you say so.
I do. I'm sorry, but it's not safe to walk through here while we're working. By order of Lord Panswick.
Is that Lord Panswick?
My name is Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, aye? You're not from round here, Thomasina Bateman.
No, just visiting. What is your name, sir?
Horace.
Are you in
Horace.
charge here?
I am indeed.
Tell me, who was that arrogant man here just now?
Just someone passing by.
It sounded like you knew him better than that.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's none of your business.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing? We're chopping down trees.
There is no need to be sarcastic.
I wasn't
We're
sarcastic.
employed by Lord Panswick.
Panswick.
He's ordered us to gather logs from his woods. That's what we're doing.
These are his woods.
Aye, his lordship owns most of the land round Beoley.
Who is Lord Panswick?
Our governor.
He's the governor of the whole town.
All right, Owen, back to work now.
He lives in Bewley.
Aye, not far away, but his lordship doesn't like questions. Or visitors. Now please leave us to our work.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No, I don't. Can you let me get back to my work now?
Why are you gathering logs for Lord Panswick?
By heck, you ask a lot of questions. If you must know, his lordship is repairing an old ruin on his land. We need the timber for the restoration work.
How intriguing. What type of ruin is Lord Panswick restoring?
An old chapel.
I should rather like to see it.
Not possible. His lordship does not welcome visitors to his estate.
Thanks for your time.
We'll be done by tomorrow morning. Come back then if you want to explore the woods.
I will, thank you. Oh! Okay, so she said north by the chapel. Not what I wanted. I wanted to do, let's see, explore Bewley, Mr. Bryden's farm. I didn't want that. I hit the wrong thing.
As I trudged through the barren moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far. The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance, the townsfolk of Bewley who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs Barrow, the suspicion, the wariness in their eyes. Only now I know it was actually fear. In the end, it was the innocence of a child, young Jane, that condemned me to my fate.
Okay, this seems like a pretty good starting point because I've been playing for a minute. Yeah, I've been playing for a good minute, and I don't want to keep the episodes too long, so I will leave this off here for now. So, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to chop down on that like button if you did like it. Leave a comment down below with any other game suggestions or video ideas that you'd like to see from me. Share this channel with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already to see other videos that I've done. I will see you all in the next one.